I used to think skincare after 70. What's the point? Then one morning my little granddaughter looked at me carefully and asked Grandma, "Why do you always look like you're about to cry?" I didn't know how to respond. Back then my skin was dry and rough like old newspaper. The wrinkles carved deep into my face like the roots of an ancient tree. I'd tried everything expensive creams that cost nearly $200 a bottle, but none of it worked. My wallet got thinner, but my skin didn't get smoother. Then one day on a quiet shelf at the back of a pharmacy, I spotted a tiny jar. No scent, no fancy label, just plain Vaseline. And somehow that simple jar brought back the woman I was 20 years ago. Can you believe that if you skip this video now, you might spend the next 10 years never knowing the truth your skin deserves? So before you get too comfortable, take a second to like this video and subscribe, but only if you really enjoy what I share here. And while you're at it, drop a comment to tell me where and when you're watching from. I love knowing who's joining me. Now turn off the lights, let the hum of a fan keep you company, and let's begin tonight's quiet journey together. Part 1. Good evening, and welcome to a curious little story about our skin. If you've ever looked in the mirror and thought, "I look older than I feel," you're not alone. And if you hadn't found this video today, you might have carried that worry with you for years to come. That's why I'm so glad we're here together at just the right time. It all started with a casual remark at my local senior club. "Ms. Sugiyama, you look different these days. Have you been seeing a dermatologist?" That was my friend Tanabe, always honest to a fault. I laughed and said, "Oh no, I could never afford that," but inside I was a little nervous, because something had changed. Every night before bed I'd started applying something simple, just Vaseline, nothing else. It cost me about $5. Unbelievable, right? I thought so too at first. But gradually I noticed my laugh lines were softening. When I touched my own face, it felt like someone else's. Someone younger. Tanabe's reaction was priceless. "Wait, just Vaseline, I spend $200 every month on creams," and that's when I knew. I had to share this secret. Not for me, but for everyone who's tired of spending money and getting nothing in return. My grandmother once told me, "The best things are the ones you can stick with, not the ones with the highest price tag." I didn't fully understand it then, but now I live by it. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that Vaseline petrolatum was once used to shine shoes in America? It's literally built for protection and glow. Scientifically speaking, it forms a barrier on your skin that locks in moisture. Think of it like putting a lid on a pot of water. You keep the steam from escaping. That's what Vaseline does for your skin. One day I ran into an old friend from my daughter's school days. She said, "You look vibrant, your face just glows," and I'll admit I felt proud. Not vain, just peaceful. Of course, Vaseline isn't magic. It's not a miracle. It's just a moisturizer. But when used correctly in the right amount, it brings out your skin's natural strength. No dermatologists, no luxury brands. And yet my skin changed. That's the miracle of Vaseline. And the best part, anyone can try it, even me at 87. So why not start tonight? Place a small jar on your nightstand. Take just a tiny dab about the size of a grain of rice and gently massage it into your face. Tomorrow morning when you look in the mirror, I hope you'll smile like I did. And remember, change might not come overnight. But when you take the first step, a new tomorrow begins. Part 2. About 30 years ago, something profound began to shift in my career as a doctor. I had been a busy plastic surgeon, traveling across the country, dedicating my days to caring for patients with skin concerns. But the year I returned from a training program in the United States, a major global skincare company approached me with a surprising offer. They wanted me to serve as a consultant. I still remember the excitement and nervousness of walking into their pristine white lab. There, a research scientist presented me with a small jar of their upcoming premium cream. This will be priced at 65,000 yen per jar, they said. I took the jar, inhaled its scent, checked the ingredient label and froze. The main ingredient was Vaseline. In that moment, I felt something crack inside me. 65,000 yen for the same key ingredient. I regularly keep on hand the humble 500 yen Vaseline. I couldn't help but think, is skincare more about branding than real substance? Later, I found research backing this feeling. The simplest main active ingredients often reduce skin sensitivity and perform just as well or better. Of course, it wasn't just about choosing the right ingredient, it's how you use it that matters. Consider my patient, Mrs. Tamura, 72 years old. She was spending close to 30,000 yen a month on skincare, yet her skin remained dry, her laugh lines deep. One day I suggested she try pure Vaseline instead. Hesitant but hopeful, she did. 3 months later, I barely recognized her when she walked in. Her skin was brighter, smoother, and her expression radiated confidence. She said, "My grandson told me, 'Grandma, you look years younger. I've never felt results like this.'" I recall her saying, tears in her eyes. That conversation confirmed what I already felt. Skincare isn't about fancy labels, it's about quality care you can consistently do. Here's a fun historical detail. Vaseline was even used by polar explorers to protect their skin in extreme freezing conditions. It formed a barrier that shut out moisture loss. Theirs was the same core principle, no matter the climate. Vaseline kept the skin protected. And that's the real enemy of aging dryness. As we grow older, our skin loses its natural ability to retain moisture, and the only real way to stop that evaporation is a seal, a cap. If you had a bowl of water without a lid, the water would evaporate. Vaseline is the lid I often explain to my patients. One study showed that Vaseline can reduce transepidermal water loss by up to 98%, a level unmatched by most expensive moisturizers. 1 month after my friend Tanabe tried it, she sent me a message. "Mrs. Sugiyama, you were right. All those luxury products felt like a waste of money." Today, Tanabe spreads the word herself. She's a mini Vaseline evangelist in our circle. That's the real power of simple knowledge. Part 3. Real transformation doesn't just come from one product alone. It happens when you combine it smartly. While Vaseline is powerful on its own, its benefits multiply when layered correctly with the right skincare. In my 3 decades as a doctor, I've identified 4 golden pairings based on real patient outcomes. Let me walk you through them. 1. Vaseline with a hydrating serum like hyaluronic acid. I recommended this for Mrs. Sato, 69, who was using expensive hyaluronic ampules but saw no results. I told her, apply your serum, wait 3 minutes, then warm a grain-sized dab of Vaseline in your palms and gently press it onto your face. 1 month later, her skin felt plump like a sponge soaking up water. "It's like a whole different product," she reported in awe. Hyaluronic acid can hold more than 1,000 times its own weight in water, but it evaporates quickly. Vaseline caps that hydration in. 2. Vaseline with retinol. Retinol boosts collagen and skin renewal, but it can sting, especially in older skin. For my patient, Ms. Tanaka, 74, I advised, apply your retinol cream, wait 30 minutes, then seal with a thin layer of Vaseline. The result? Her redness calmed and her skin felt softer and more radiant. A scientific note, retinol should only be used at night as it's sensitive to UV light. 3. Vaseline with a brightening essence. My wife, now 83, especially loves this combination. She noticed uneven tone and sunspots that started fading after 3 months of night use. The routine clean face, apply brightening essence, wait 5 minutes, and seal with a thin layer of Vaseline. This method echoes an old tradition known in Royal Asian skincare as an oil cap, and it works. 4. Vaseline with snail mucin cream. Though it may sound exotic, snail mucin cream, popular in South Korea, supports skin healing and firmness. My 83-year-old colleague, Ms. Ishida, tried it and said it's like doing a mask every night. Just finish with a layer of Vaseline to lock in the benefits. All 4 combos share one principle. Vaseline is always the final step. Without that moisture barrier to lock in active ingredients, their benefits fade fast. My grandmother once said, "Beauty depends on the very last drop." If she meant the final touch of care, I now know she was right. Remember, Vaseline isn't only for skincare. A dab on cuts or scrapes at home. My grandson once called it magic boo-boo cream, can heal and protect skin wounds safely. In short, Vaseline is everyday wisdom made practical. How you use it makes all the difference in maintaining healthy, radiant skin. And as we move forward, we'll explore the other areas: neck, hands, ears, knees, because your face isn't the only place that shows age. Part 4. Think only your face shows your age. Think again, some of the most telling signs appear in places most of us overlook. After decades of working with thousands of patients, I've realized that the true age zones are the neck, hands, elbows, knees, ears, and mouth area. If you leave these untouched, even a youthful face can give away your true age. First, the neck. Mrs. Tamura, 72, once told me, "Dr. Yamamoto, never expected to get so many wrinkles on my neck. No one ever showed me how to care for it when I was younger." In truth, the skin on our neck is thinner than facial skin and has fewer oil glands. It dries out easily and creases with every nod or twist of the head. My solution is simple. Every night, apply whatever serum you're using to your neck, then gently add a thin layer of Vaseline, wiping from bottom upward. After 1 month, many patients report visibly smoother, less creased neck skin. Next, the hands. Mrs. Ishida, celebrating 60 years of marriage, confided, "I'm ashamed of my hands in photos at my grandson's wedding. They look so old." My recommendation: nighttime hydration followed by a light layer of Vaseline, then slip on a pair of cotton gloves to sleep in. Within a week, her hands felt significantly softer. For a deeper treatment, try twice weekly spa time, apply more Vaseline, and wear gloves for 30 minutes. It may seem extra, but as I like to say, youth lives in effort. Then elbows and knees. Mr. Hayashi, 85, shared that his darkened knees made him reluctant to wear shorts in summer. Elbows and knees easily accumulate dead skin, becoming dry and darkened. After a bath, when skin is still damp, I advised a slightly heavier layer of Vaseline before sleep. You'd be surprised, many wake to noticeably softer skin. Now, a blind spot: the ears and earlobes. Your daughter may be right when she laughs and says, "Grandpa, her ears are droopy." Droopy, dry ears can age your whole face. Simply include the ears and lobes in your nighttime routine, apply facial products there, and finish with a touch of Vaseline. It tightens and tones without extra effort. Last, the mouth and lips. Mrs. Hasegawa, now 80, shared, "I worry most about lines around my mouth. They just won't hide. Because the mouth moves all day, laugh lines often become deeper. I told her to apply a bit more Vaseline to her lips and mouth area each night. A month later, she told me, even when I smile, the lines hardly deepen anymore, and we both teared up with joy." A fun tidbit: in Edo period Japan, kabuki actors used rice bran and beeswax for shiny, plump lips, a testament to age-defying beauty rituals. By caring for these 5 often overlooked zones, your whole appearance lifts, like how a good final detail completes an outfit. Aging isn't just about the face, it's about attention to every part that shows time. Part 5. Beauty doesn't come in just one standard size. Our skin is unique, and Vaseline care should be tailored individually. When Mrs. Sato 76 mentioned Dr. Yamamoto, "I have oily skin," I still use Vaseline. I knew her concern. Oily skin doesn't necessarily change with age, it can still overproduce oil in your 70s and beyond. Even eye forehead and nose shine quickly. So I advised, don't apply Vaseline across your entire face, only on areas that feel dry in very small amounts. That selective approach matters. Mr. Nakamura 79 once spread it across his whole face and ended up with breakouts. Heavy pore clogging can trigger problems, especially with oily skin. Another key point, never apply Vaseline to active acne. Mrs. Endo 71 broke out along her jawline after doing just that. I told her Vaseline seals everything in, including bacteria. Only use it on clear, dry areas and only at night. Here's a surprising fact. NASA has recommended using Vaseline for astronauts to combat extreme skin dryness in zero gravity. It truly keeps moisture locked in no matter the world. Now Mrs. Ito 82 came to me with 2 issues, dry patches and breakouts. My suggestion: add a single drop of tea tree oil to her Vaseline. Tea tree oil is natural and antibacterial. This blend cleared her skin and brought a healthy glow back. Another smart combo, Vaseline with medicated creams. One colleague, Dr. Ishii 87, battled eczema. After applying his prescription cream, he layered Vaseline on top. The result, longer relief, less itching. Vaseline sealed the medication in what we call transdermal retention. But I must stress, always patch test first. Mrs. Okuno 83 tried Vaseline for the first time and got a red rash. Though rare allergies do exist, applying a small amount on your inner arm or behind the ear, waiting 24 hours will let you know if it's safe. Remember, less is more. A dab the size of a rice grain covers your face. And one final rule: use Vaseline at night only. During the day, it attracts dirt and can feel too heavy. Nighttime is when your skin heals, and it's the perfect time for this simple care. As you've heard, skincare isn't one size fits all. It's about finding what works uniquely for you. Now up next in part 6, my full nighttime routine built from half a century of patient care, your quiet evening ritual for healthier skin. Part 6. When the night settles in and my family has drifted off to sleep, I quietly stand in front of the mirror, my little sanctuary. This is my sacred moment, a nightly conversation with my skin. Vaseline. Such a simple jar. Yet it's been by my side through 87 years of life. And every evening as I repeat this same gentle routine, I feel like I'm caring for not just my skin, but also my soul. It starts with warm water. Not hot, never hot. Just enough to relax the face. I cleanse gently, avoiding anything harsh, then pat my skin softly with a towel, never rubbing. I leave a touch of moisture behind. This helps the next step absorb beautifully. Next, I apply a serum or essence if I have one. If not, Vaseline alone is enough. The key is to wait. I breathe deeply. Sometimes I sip herbal tea. Sometimes I look at a drawing my grandchild made. That small waiting time, it's precious to me. It feels like my skin is drinking in kindness. Now comes the Vaseline. I scoop out a tiny amount about the size of a grain of rice and warm it gently between my fingers. It melts like butter, becoming soft and easy to spread. I apply it lightly, no tugging. Around the eyes, around the mouth, I layer just a little more. As I do, I always whisper to myself, "Thank you for today. You did well." And I never forget the 5 most telling areas of aging neck. hands, elbows and knees, ears, mouth. Each night, I lift Vaseline upward along my neck. I wear cotton gloves over my hands, letting them soak overnight. I layer extra on elbows and knees right after a warm bath. I dab a touch behind the ears. And just before sleep, I gently cover the mouth area and lips. These little acts, they've made all the difference. My dear friend Chio78 once told me, at first I didn't notice anything. But after 3 months, I caught myself smiling in the mirror. I actually looked forward to seeing my reflection. Those words, they meant everything. If you're just starting, begin with one thing. Just the hands, or just the neck. You don't need to do everything all at once, but please start. That one small act can grow into something life-changing. Years ago, a woman named Yumi said to me, "I think I'm too old for this." I told her something my mentor once said to me. You don't stop because you grow old. You grow old because you stop. She stayed with Vaseline for 6 months. The transformation was stunning. She told me her grandson took her hand and said, "Grandma, your skin feels so soft." That memory still warms my heart. Taking care of your skin isn't vanity. It's care. It's strength. It's how we wrap our emotions, our history, our health into something we carry each day. So tonight, I hope you gift yourself just a few minutes to touch your own skin with kindness, to say, you're still here, you're still beautiful. 10 years from now, you'll thank yourself. Skin is a quiet mirror of the life we live. Tonight, as we walk through this journey together, you've seen that Vaseline is more than just skincare. It's a daily ritual of self-respect and reflection. No fragrance, no fancy packaging, just the quiet promise of change waiting in a tiny jar. It all begins with one grain-sized drop. That one act might change everything, because doing something, however small, is always better than doing nothing. And over time, those small actions grow into something meaningful. Confidence, comfort, joy. So don't rush. Begin today wherever you can. Maybe it's your cheeks, or your hands, or your memories. At night, with soft hands and a quiet heart, apply Vaseline like a gentle blessing. It's a gift you give to yourself, one that even time respects. Now turn off the lights, listen to the wind, and may you wake tomorrow with skin that feels just a little more loved. The journey ends here. Sleep well.